It's not unheard of for a country to limit certain pregnancies, to ban certain pregnancies. I just worry about what we were just talking about with a woman with that mental type of aspect. It should be illegal for her to give birth.
Oh, that's definitely a very strong opinion.
Well, if you date me, I mean, you are right now, I guess. This is technically a first date. Happy that your kids are here. If you date me, you're going to get a lot of those opinions. I'm not shy about my opinions on pregnancy and things that relate to family. Very important to me.
Well, honestly, that is one of those things between us that we can perfectly see eye to eye on. Because I myself have always valued the sanctuary that is family. Family has always been everything to me when everything else has been crumbling, you know. We all need that North Star, that anchor, to keep us grounded. And family will do that.
You ever notice that single people, when they hit a certain age, they start to get a little lost. They don't align with God anymore. They start to indulge in certain vices. Their entire lifestyle is just garbage. And I really do attribute it to lacking the strong foundation of having a family. I believe that having a strong family is the vine beneath the ground that supports the rest of the tree. And that's why the trees have branches and things of that nature, because that family was able to supply all of those nutrients, everything that's needed to sprout more leaves, to sprout more branches, to have that tree growing for hundreds and hundreds of years. There are trees that are over 700 years old.
Well, not to be cliche, but that is probably where the whole family tree expression sprouts out from, no pun intended. There is an importance when it comes to a family tree. It's a legacy. It's not just a thing.
Exactly. There is something to be said about strong families. And I think that your kids here being by your side after all this up and down roller coaster lifestyle that you've had in the past shows the foundation of family that you have.
You must forgive my cranky, entitled, judgmental, intrusive and nosy children for their behavior and lack of communication with you today. Unfortunately, and I say this with full transparency, to not start this thing off between us with lies, my kids are a little sour that I am dating you. They are against it, and they see you as a giant walking biblical red flag, which I can understand, but I do wish that they were more communicative and not so judgmental. I commend them for being in the room today, but still, I just want you to know what you're in for. They're adults, but they're adults that still act like children.
It's quite okay. Honestly, I am satisfied with their silence. I was expecting, I don't know, maybe a slap across the face. Maybe your daughter would spit on me. I know that's a little drastic, but I also know that I have not made many friends in this town, and my image is tarnished, and people have their perceptions and believe certain rumors about me. So the fact that they are somewhat respectful of me, I am okay with that. I'm not expecting to win their hearts overnight. I am just eternally grateful that I have won your heart over.
Well, you have won me over. Because what you said about family really resonated with me. I would do anything for my family. Do anything to avenge my family if I needed to. It's almost like When you put your family first, you don't have dignity. You're selfless, and you'll do anything that it takes to make sure that however, whatever they were wronged by or with, that revenge comes full circle in a way, you know. I just, I think family, like you said, it's a tree that needs protection, needs watering.
Well, I'm glad you agree on the family aspect, because nowadays, even though I try to stay off social media, I see a lot of women trying to get that internal satisfaction by altering their external features. Plastic surgery, luxury bags, this and that. A lot of them try to do that to attract the right person. But I truly believe that the most attractive aspect about a woman is how she values family.
That's probably why I never really saw eye to eye or liked my former daughter-in-law.
Okay, but one aspect about her that I did like was that she was a stay-at-home mom and cared about her family. So what did you not like about the way she presented herself in a family setting, or her outlook on things?
Yes, I liked that she allowed Joey to work, and that she was a stay-at-home mom, even though she did have career goals at first. She went to college, this and that. The thing is, and I think this is very important, she played stay-at-home mom in my eyes. That was what always bothered me, that I don't think many people will understand. She was a stay-at-home mom, but she played it, I feel. I feel like she secretly resented my son for pushing her into that role, even though she said she wanted to be in that role. I could just sense her resentment. I'm a female. I can sense when another woman is being fake, and I don't think that she truly enjoyed her role as a stay-at-home mother. I think she resented my son, but also the spin that she put on her stay-at-home mom role as this modern, I can still one day pursue a career and run a household without any flaws. And it's just, it would be the same way that my mother would have viewed a mom in the 70s who might have been labeled a hippie. That's kind of how I viewed my daughter-in-law.
I'm not 100% against a woman having a career, but you are. Is that right?
To be honest, and I know this may not win me any friends or awards, but I don't think you can do both. I'm sorry. Call me old school, but running a household is a full-time job. If it doesn't feel like one, then you're doing it wrong.
I say this because I respect you, and I never want you to think that I'm tiptoeing around your feelings, or that I am sugarcoating things with you. And I am definitely not sticking up with your former daughter-in-law at all. We've had our problems. Do you think maybe you don't approve of a woman having a career while she holds down the family simply because maybe you could not juggle both? So you resent women who can. Am I wrong or right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. You don't think, and I've said this to them, I didn't want to be a mom that early. I didn't want Joey, but when he came, I did not regret him. But you don't think I wanted a career? You don't think I wanted to walk in heels and dress nice for the day, instead of putting my hair up and wearing my nightgown because I didn't have time to change because Joey was too clingy? And finding time to shower as if it's a privilege? No, I wanted my own identity. And I wished that I could have done both. I wished that I could have balanced being a single mother and a career rather than settling for minimum wage when I knew I could produce more. I knew I could earn more, but I couldn't because I had to be a good mother, not just a mother. So yes, I resent Miranda's gleeful outlook on possibly doing both and wanting both and never fully being 100% mom. Because she had no idea what I went through to raise my son. And then she would waltz into this family and try to take it over after all the labor that I did. Imagine building a building and then just having someone move in and kick you out. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. There is just so much. I was labeled the toxic mother-in-law by so many people. For so many years, for so many skits. Meanwhile, no one knows half the things I've been through, and no one knows how hard I worked to be a mother at all.
Did it bother you that I said that straight to your face in such a cold-hearted manner? Because a lot of people call me a villain for speaking that way.
No. Actually, talking to me like that was refreshing because you see what it just did to me. Not many people know how to get that stuff out.
No one's ever said that to me, not even Annette. Everyone has always painted me like a villain. And all I care about is family. Just, in family you need tough love. Cause blood, it's a very thick thing in a way. It's thicker than water, as we all say. And to navigate that, can't just use a toothpick. Sometimes you have to use a sword.
I am going to put on a cup of coffee, a pot of coffee.
You can't say that I didn't give it a shot, Ma. It's one thing to disapprove of your long distance relationship when you're talking on the phone and I know this man from afar, right? Had a handful of interactions with him. But this was him authentic. You know, this was like a man at dinner, his real self. And I don't like him. I don't like him. I still don't trust him. That thing that he was saying about the pregnancy stuff belongs back in the 1800s. And you can do way better than this pinhead, rip-off, Seventh Heaven, whatever. Okay, you can do way better than this, Ma.
I expect that reaction out of you. You're my son. I think that any man that I were to date, whether it was, hypothetically, I met George Clooney, or Mr. Rogers came back from the grave and left his wife honorably and dated me, you would still hate them because you're my son. It's just nature.
Gabby feels the same way too. And she's your daughter. And she's a good judge of character. You know, she knows how to read people. She's book educated. And she still gets bad vibes from him.
Where is Gabby, by the way?
She stepped out to take a phone call, I think.
What phone call did she have to take?
Ma, it don't matter. She'll be right back in. It's not about that. It's about the fact that I don't know what's going on with you. Please, at this point, please tell me that you're playing this man to, I don't know, like, maybe you're doing some sort of under the table investigation or something. You're trying to, like, record him saying something to get him locked up or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your head. But I refuse to believe that a woman with your mental caliber is dating that man that just left. I could see you with Sal. I got that. Y'all were kind of similar. I said this before. You both same era, same like neighborhood, same culture. I don't know where this man dropped out of the sky from, but he ain't normal. And there is something sinister below his skin. I can sense it. I don't feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm with some corporate guy who's Joey. I don't know whether or not this is gonna last between me and Jonathan. I'd say that it's not. But it might be good whether or not me and him last to get used to me dating and seeing different types of people. Because as much as I wallow in my own self-pity and put that on other people's shoulders without wanting to, I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. So, this is a good trial run for you to get used to different people in your mother's life. As far as Jonathan goes, I do like him. But Ma, before you started dating him and all the interactions you had with him last time, he was really disrespectful. And he spoke to you like you were garbage. And he's hated our family for how long? He hates your mom. You know, he's been rude to my ex-wife. Yeah, at times he's had it out with his own nephew. He's been caught in like scandals and stuff. Is this just like grief? Are you rebounding? Are you going through something? A midlife crisis or something or other? I don't know. But please just tell me, like, I can't accept this. I just can't. I need you to understand that I'm fine. I'm okay. And you do have to accept this. That's something you need to realize. There's no choice for you. You can voice your opinion all you want, but you have to accept what's happening. For me. Because it is for me, not you. Why do I have to accept it though? Out of all the years that you and I have argued, and I felt like you didn't love me, or you loved Gabby more, or I was a mistake, whatever the case may be. All those years lost of us fighting. Now, at 34 years old, I'd stand here wishing that you would allow me to throw you a birthday party. And I have your best interests in mind. All I want to do is like protect you as a mom and keep you living as long as I'm living. You know, I sat down at the table with Melissa and spoke about whether or not I could take you in if you ever needed me to. That's how much I love you now, Mom. That's how much I feel like the stuff with Junior brought us all closer. Why do I have to accept you dating someone that's toxic for you? That you're gonna wind up hurt. I know you're gonna wind up hurt. This man, bro, I don't know if he's using you to cheat on his wife, but he don't genuinely love you. You have to accept it because I know what I'm doing. Just know that, okay? When you stand there with your doubts as a son, which I understand why you have them, you have to remind yourself that I know what I'm doing. I'm your mother. I'm not as lost as I may seem sometimes. I may appear like I'm doing something insane, but trust me, everything in my life is a very calculated decision. I do think, though, Jonathan loves me, which is always a benefit to have in a relationship when you can tell someone genuinely loves you. Although he has not said it yet, because it's a little sooner than anyone expected, but welcomed nonetheless. Well, just like when the electricity went out when we were kids, you told me you would figure it out. Remember having the bag of chips for lunch? You said you were going to get good food one day. The heat shut off that one time and you said, yo, we're going to pretend like we're in an igloo. You made it fun. I always believed in you as a kid, no matter how mean you were to me. And I always felt like you had it figured out as a mother. So at 34 years old again, to this day, I'ma just trust in you, and I'ma hope that you really do have it figured out. Because I know I put you through a lot of crap as a son and made you see me go through things that a mother should not have to see. Jail, rehab, addictions. I put you through all that. I'm not strong enough to see you go through stuff. So you better make sure that you're stronger than this dude. Because it's not going to make a fool out of you. It's not going to hurt my mom. I'll let Sal walk all over me. I will beat the crap out of this man if he harms you. That's sweet of you, Joey. But I can defend myself. Believe me.